Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to another episode of Monday Morning Grit this Monday afternoon, or probably Monday night, honestly, by the time I get it out.
Yeah, but that's all right. It's
It's Monday.
It's Monday morning somewhere.
It is probably in Bali or something. No, that's the other way. They're like ahead and behind over there on the other
Tahiti.
side of the Pacific. Yeah.
You think Tahiti maybe?
Perhaps. I know Hawaii is it 5 hours behind? So I don't know if that's still morning because I think it's 5 o'clock right now, but we're close.
Yeah, we are close.
Very close to morning somewhere. But Warren, how have you been? It's been a little while.
I've been busy.
You've been busy with Grit City related activities?
Well, part of that's Grit City related, and part of that is not. But
well, yeah, you were traveling around.
Yeah. Well, first things first. I moved. So that was.
Yeah, he's a Grit citizen he's paying property tax.
Yep.
That's the real sign.
Yep. Got a house and.
And now you're a Republican?
No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe
a few more projects on the house, and you'll get there.
A few more.
A few more trips to Home Depot, you'll get there.
I like to go to McLendon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Local.
Yeah, McLendon's is. It's okay. Right now they rearranged the store, but they didn't change the signs, so you'll think you're in the right aisle. And I asked the associates, and they're trying their best, but it seems like some of them are like, I don't know where we moved this.
Yeah, I knew someone who went there to look for some flannel shirts, and they only had one flannel shirt.
Huh.
Yeah.
I should go to what's that other Whistle Workwear.
Whistle. That's a good call. That's where you want to go to get your flannels.
I got my jeans from there too. My Carhartt jeans.
There you go. You get your double knees.
Yep.
You can get your hickory shirts there.
Hickory shirts.
Yeah, that's like a forestry shirt or like a logger shirt. They're like the blue and white stripe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a specific. They don't breathe very well.
Huh.
But they keep the bugs from biting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're very thick shirts.
So, I moved. I did it all myself.
Whew. Quite a task.
Yeah, I rented the truck.
Did a little U-Haul?
No, I actually did Penske.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, well, I feel like when you drive around U-Haul and people see you, they're like, this guy's never driven a truck before. I wanted to
show off your experience.
I wanted to give confidence, give people confidence that like this guy knows what he's doing.
Did you do it all in one load?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I got a 16-foot box truck.
So you moved out of the stadium district, and now you're in.
I guess.
What district would you call it now?
West End maybe.
West End.
Yeah.
That sounds more sophisticated.
Close to Narrows, but not quite Narrows.
All right. And what's your feel of the neighborhood so far?
It's very quiet.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a great way. It's I feel like sometimes it's more quiet than my parents' place out in the country.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 'cause like even my parents' place out in the country, like there's some dogs barking off in the distance, or somebody's running some heavy machinery like a tractor or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, there's like the gentle roar of Highway 16, but that's not too bad.
No, and very constant.
Yeah. But no,
are there anything within walking distance that you've walked around to?
Yeah,
tested the limits.
Yeah, there's a corner store.
Ooh.
Gotta have that.
How far is the corner store?
It's right on. It's pretty much on the corner.
It's on the that's a corner store.
Yeah.
Got a corner store is just a couple blocks down, but it's reasonable.
Yeah. There's a coffee shop close by.
Is it going to be a regular spot for you? You think?
I'm not.
Fair. You're not a regular coffee.
I'm not a regular, especially because at work, it's free. It's free at work, so I guess I work there, so it's not really free. There's no such thing as a free lunch or a free coffee, but it's provided at work, so you don't
need it during the
weekdays.
It's
special occasions. There's fire station nearby. That's good to have.
Always.
Insurance company loves that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wonder actually if they calculate how far away you are from a fire station.
They do.
In terms of your fire insurance, probably, right?
Home insurance typically gives you a discount, I think, if you're within 5 miles of a fire station. So most of Tacoma is pretty good. Most of Tacoma.
Makes me think of my friend Doug Wu when he lived in, I'm pretty sure, I think it was Hong Kong, and Taiwan. And he accidentally lit his house on fire, and it wasn't the fire engines couldn't reach it because the roads were too narrow to get to it.
Man,
yeah,
you'd think like they would have thought about like
and the whole neighborhood. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just an old.
Where do you live? The Kowloon walled city?
I mean, I think practically.
Oh, Jesus.
A very dense area. He said like for 2 weeks they were doing the bucket shuffle over the fences.
That's crazy.
Trying to keep it from spreading to all the other houses.
When I think of like Hong Kong, I think of a very like sophisticated and like cosmopolitan metropolis. I don't think of a place where people have to do the bucket brigade.
No, I do think it was Taiwan, but it does have a similar vibe of like very city.
Oh, okay.
But I think in the more like, I wouldn't say full tenement area.
Yeah.
But just like you can imagine the density.
For sure. But yeah, the driving the truck was the most fun part of the move.
Oh yeah. Well, how many boxes do you have left to unbox?
There's like a box of stuff that needs to go to Goodwill, a box of stuff that needs to go to the dump, and a box of stuff that needs to go to a military surplus store.
Oh, interesting.
Unless you're looking for some military surplus.
Yeah, military surplus store. What kind of things? I can't even really think. Like some leftover.
Some
guns.
Some Arctic warfare boots.
Oh, okay.
Some
Arctic warfare boots. Yeah, that's not very practical.
Some chemical warfare boots. Those Camelbacks.
Chemical warfare boots. What makes them special?
They're just like a sealed. They're like a rubber, but like a heavy duty rubber. You ever seen like those like almost oversized black gloves that you could probably like stick into acid and they'd be fine.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like those, but they
through acid kind of boots.
Yeah, or
something that wouldn't.
If it was like some sort of other like agent, you could just like hose it off with like detergent or something.
Okay.
But anyways, those Camelbacks.
Yes.
Yeah, I got one that was never opened. It's an Army issued one. It's still in like the cellophane plastic.
That's worth giving back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe somebody'll need one at some point. So just give it to the surplus store.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, every time you move, you always got to go to the dump at least once.
Yeah, I already went to the dump once, but there was just like, I don't know if you've ever like boxed some stuff and moved it, and then you open the box and it's like, I'm not using this stuff.
I'll never get around to using this in the next, even if it's in the next year.
I mean, the salvageable stuff goes to Goodwill, but there's some stuff where it's like, this is just not even.
I don't want this cup anymore.
Yeah. And no one should have this cup. It's a terrible cup.
It's got a chip in it.
Yep.
Or whatever. Well, so it sounds like a successful move.
Yeah. Any move in which you don't injure yourself and it's less than $100, or you don't break any item that's over $100 in value. I think that's a success. So it was mission accomplished. I was very tired though.
Oh yeah, you did it all one day.
I did. I moved all this stuff in one day, and then the next day was like putting together all the furniture and unpacking and stuff like that. But yeah, neighborhood's pretty good. Neighbors seem nice. A lot of older folk.
Oh yeah, that's a good sign.
A lot of like retirees. But it seems quiet, and I mean, I've enjoyed it very much so far.
So what are the first things on your to-do list?
Cut back some of the vegetation from the house.
Okay.
And sweep out the garage. The garage is very dusty and dirty, and there's like cobwebs and stuff everywhere. So I kind of want to sweep that out too.
Sweep out the garage. That's a good place to start.
Yep. So it's a pretty big garage.
Oh yeah, how big is it?
You could fit 3 cars in there if you wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a 3-car garage.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good sized garage.
Yep.
That'll take some sweeping.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be like a Saturday afternoon sort of project, you know.
Totally.
But I think every time I work on something, and like I come back to the house later after work, and I like see that it's been like, you know, improved, it makes me feel better.
Oh yeah, because you're like, checked it off the list, and now I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Like it's got a little back patio area. I swept out all the, you know, dust and leaves and stuff that had accumulated there. Dead spiders. A lot of spiders out lately. It's spider season.
Well, they keep the bugs at bay.
And, you know, just set up a chair out there, crack open a beer. It feels good.
There you
feels
go.
good.
That makes me think, I recently subscribed to the Narrows Brewing Company's Instagram.
Yeah.
And they do like a beer of the week every Wednesday or Thursday. I forget which one it is.
Ooh.
And since I've been watching it, I've been like, there have been a couple that have kind of piqued my, because they're pretty out there. Like they're pretty like not the beer that you would be like your normal one.
Okay.
You know, they're like pretty experimental type. You know. Pumpkin spice, I'm imagining, for the October season.
That's funny.
You know, like the winter festival or what, blah, blah, blah. But I've been meaning to head over there, but I haven't made the time to.
It's very close to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this weekend I can have you over and we can stop by.
There we go.
Have some lunch or something.
Make plans for it.
Yeah.
Well, I was even thinking yeah. I guess it's open all the time, so we got a lot of options. And how close do you think it's like within 5 minutes? Because I think it's only like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah, I would say less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
Maybe 3.
Is it your closest brewery?
I think it is.
Wow.
I think it is.
You always got to know the closest brewery at hand in case of an emergency.
Yes, very much so. I'd say it's even more important than the fire station.
Yeah. you got a discount on your insurance for it.
Yeah. But it's a cool spot. I like that place. I remember it was one of the first breweries I went to, and I think I saw fishermen come in. Like I had only been living in the area for a couple weeks. I saw fishermen come off of a boat, and they had gooey ducks, and it was like, what on earth is that?
Wow,
you know,
some gooey duck farmers.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yep,
that's that's the neighborhood.
Yep,
I like that. So I saw in the news this week that the Light Link finally opened its gates for the extension.
I saw it on Saturday.
You saw it in action?
It was packed, dude.
It was full.
It was full.
Wow.
Every car that went by was full.
Do you think people were riding it practically?
No, absolutely not. One guy was wearing a sailor uniform.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
and he was going back and forth.
You don't wear a sailor uniform to commute on the light rail. You wear that to
celebrate
be on a ship.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was going down to the harbor.
Maybe. I doubt it.
It's closer.
I think he was like, they just wanted to get a good cross section of Tacoma, and they found a sailor, but I feel like there shouldn't be too many sailors in Tacoma because, I mean, that's a long way to get to Bremerton, which is the closest naval base I can think of.
Yeah, or even just like, what are they doing?
They gave him a free bus pass from Bremerton just so he could be on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they were.
But you didn't get a chance to ride it yourself yet?
No, not yet. I think they're charging now.
Oh, was it just the first day's free?
I think so. It's $2
weekend.
$2 bucks now.
$2 for a day pass or a one way?
One way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get a day pass or is it just one?
You can get a day pass at the Orca machines.
Oh, and it takes Orca too. Oh,
yeah, it
nice.
takes Orca. Yep. it's.
I found an extra Orca card the other day. It had a couple bucks on it.
Ooh.
I got some to spare.
That's special.
Yeah, you can take someone with you.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I've thought about getting a second Orca card just, in case somebody needs to join me on a public transit adventure.
They really should get the app better though you can just do it on the app.
Mhm. Yeah, I forget what that app is called. I have that app too, where it gives you like a score. Have you noticed that?
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, well, I have this app that partnered with Pierce Transit. Let me actually pull it up on my phone, and if you're interested, listeners, maybe you can check it out too if you're a public transit patron or ever find yourself in a pinch and needing a bus ride. It's just called.
There used to be the One Bus Away app was my favorite.
It's just called Transit.
Just called Transit.
Yeah.
No location required.
No, it'll tell you what location you're in.
Oh, that's nice.
If you let it tell you, but it gave me like a score. I rode the one route.
Okay.
And it gave me a score, and there's like a leaderboard of like passengers, and there's this competitive part of me that wants to find the least utilized Pierce Transit route and become number one.
Become the lead user of a certain route.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. Let's like. Do you remember the app Foursquare?
Yes.
You'd be like the mayor of the. That's how they used to do it. It would be who is the most frequent visitor, and you'd get a prize.
Oh, that'd be cool if I got a prize.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like hypothesize which route is the least utilized. I think 100 is probably.
Where does that go?
That goes across the Narrows Bridge to a park and ride in Gig Harbor.
Oh yeah.
Gig Harbor people don't really strike me as bus riders.
Yeah, probably not. But is the bus fare cheaper than the toll?
It's $2 one way, so I guess it is. If you don't have the good to go, it works out.
Okay.
Because I think what good to go is $4.
Yeah, and as long as you're not carpooling, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, hardly seems worth it.
Yeah. Or just don't go to Gig Harbor.
Yeah, that's the easiest solution.
Or get a jet ski.
Yeah, or hitchhike.
Hitchhike.
Or just walk across the bridge.
Walk across the bridge.
Yeah.
I might try that one of these days.
I've walked across it. It's longer than it seems.
I'm gonna get halfway there and be like, "What have I done?"
Go back. It's windy also.
Oh, I've heard from some people who have ridden bikes across it. You can just feel it pushing you into the road.
For sure.
But yeah, it's exciting. They doubled the length. However, what I did see was, at least during weekdays, trains are still running at every 12 minutes, even though Sound Transit said it would be 10. They said they even with 8, they have 8 trams now in the network. They can't do 10. So it's still at 12.
Okay.
But little over budget and a little delayed, and by a little I mean a lot. But I'm thankful. I'm glad to have it. Yeah, it's here, and I'm excited for it. We just need some benefactor to pay for fares for a few more years again. It was nice when it was free.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to take something that's free and make people pay for it again.
Even the smallest amount.
Yeah. That's why there's like the story of World War II vets hating the Red Cross, is because the Red Cross used to give donuts and coffee for free.
Oh yeah.
And then you had to pay like 25 cents or something for coffee and donuts.
They've never been as good since.
They never forgave them for it.
That's a good one.
But
so it's been a little while since our last episode.
Yeah.
And in that time, the lead singer of Smash Mouth died.
Oh my goodness. I think was he a former lead singer, or was he the current lead singer? Current lead singer.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was the former, and I kind of just shrugged it off.
No, I think it was like the main guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was somewhat of a big deal nationally, but I remember we had been promoting the that Chambers Bay Smash Mouth was gonna perform.
Yeah, that's right.
And I haven't looked since he passed to see if they're still gonna perform or not. But I imagine they got to have gotten somebody else instead by now, right?
I don't know. Well, I think that happened in August.
That was the August?
Yeah,
so that would have been his last concert.
That may have been his last concert. Was at Chambers Bay Golf Course in University Place, Washington.
Who would have known that they got the last Smash Mouth?
Whew.
They got the last true version of
if you were there, like I hope those memories are just burned into your mind for eternity, because you're the last people that ever heard that live.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll go on tour without him, but
they'll find a replacement. Everybody knows the lyrics to that song.
Yeah, they can just get.
You don't even have to be that good of a singer.
They can just get Guy Fieri.
Yes, so that would be.
People would probably like it even more.
I think that'd be appropriate.
So yeah, R.I.P. to whoever that gets Smash Mouth. Nobody really knew his name, so they just called him the lead singer of Smash Mouth in all the news I saw.
Yeah, it's funny how just some people have that like impact where it's like I don't know who this guy is, and then you're like, he's in Smash Mouth, and everybody's like, oh, I know Smash Mouth. Like, I feel like some people we know them by their name.
Smash Mouth.
Yeah, but like other people, it's just like their affiliations. We just ignore the name. I went to New York City.
Oh yes, big time,
the Big
City.
Apple.
Did you take a bite?
I did. I had.
Did you have a slice?
I didn't have a slice, unfortunately.
You didn't have a slice the whole time?
No, not the whole time. I was just. There's so much to eat. I was like.
Did you have was there a highlight?
I had a. You ever had a dry aged steak before?
I have.
It was delicious.
It lived up to the hype for you?
I think so.
That's
yeah,
good to
it was very good. I also had. I went to this Italian restaurant in the West Village, and they had one of my favorite meals: mussels and toast in a white wine sauce.
Mussels and toast.
Mussels and toast. It's a great dinner.
So like instead of like a mussels over pasta, it's over like with a.
So the mussels are usually in a like a white wine sauce, right? So you get a bunch of mussels in white wine sauce, and then on the side you get toast to dip in the sauce and eat with your mussels. It was delicious.
Sounds very similar to a dinner I had a couple of days ago. Family rented a electric boat on Lake Union.
Ooh.
Drove up to Ivers, and I got the clam chowder in a bread bowl.
Ooh, I'll bet that was yummy.
That's one of my favorite meals, is clam chowder in a bread bowl. Because you get it's that same kind of thing of that like mussels in a cream sauce, clam chowder, like toast, a bread bowl.
Oh my goodness.
Practically we have the same favorite meal.
Yeah. I gotta try that.
You've never had it in the bread bowl?
I haven't had it in the bread bowl, unfortunately.
You gotta go bread bowl.
Okay.
Because it's the perfect ratio. Actually, you get a little bit more bread than you need, which is fine, because you need it to stay together till the end.
For sure.
You need some structural integrity. And that crust on that sourdough bowl does wonders.
But yeah, New York is is my first time ever going. And, you always hear about it being a big city, but you don't realize, at least I didn't realize until, I took the subway into Manhattan. I come up out of the ground. You look one way, skyscrapers for miles. You look another way, skyscrapers for miles. It's crazy.
In every direction.
Yeah. There's so many people.
Is it still 8 million?
It's probably a little bit more than that.
It's probably like 9, 10 million by now. So many stories.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of different sites. Paid a pilgrimage to the Comedy Cellar in the West Village.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a few Comedy Cellars in New York. I think there's 3.
There's a couple. Yeah, they're of the same owner or something like that.
But it was Thursday night. So it was like a bunch of comics. It wasn't like they had the big
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. One of them, Lenny Marcus, actually came up with a notepad. I guess it was some pretty new stuff he was working on.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. When you go there, they make you put your phone in like a sealable
bag?
pouch.
Yeah, I've heard about those.
Yeah.
So nobody steals any material.
Yeah.
Or nobody posts it early on YouTube in shame or steals the content.
Mm-hmm. Or just, I don't know, other
Probably
things.
just keeps people off their phones too.
Yeah, exactly. But it was packed. Which I mean, it. You know,
New York City, the Comedy Cellar.
I wouldn't expect anything less, right? But it was that was great. I went to my first Broadway show.
Oh,
went to
Broadway show. What did you see?
I went to the Lion King.
A classic.
You know, that's
all the big costumes.
Yeah. You know,
Circle of Life.
I was thinking, I've seen the movie probably maybe 100 times actually.
Wow.
Like you know
That's
when
a lot.
You know when you watch a movie on repeat over and over again as a kid, like you'll watch it every day.
Yeah.
Lion King was that
was
for
the
a little
for
a little while. Yeah, sure.
100 times is a lot.
That's a ton of times, but so you know you're like I think I know it, but you realize the movie only has like maybe 5 songs in it. A lot of music you never heard before, and of course the costumes and the.
Oh, so it was like, okay, that makes sense.
You know,
what's your favorite Lion King song?
Ooh.
When I was a young warthog, I clear the savannah after every meal.
That's a good one. My favorite. There was one I can't remember. It was actually it's not in the movie. It was in the play, but like from the movie, I like it when Simba's singing about how he can't wait to be king,
and can't wait to be king,
and they're beating up on that. They're beating up on that annoying bird.
Gotta say, be there.
I don't like that bird very much.
You don't like the bird? He
kind of
got his nose in a lot of things.
Yeah, he did.
He's a little nosy.
Yeah, kind of wish Scar ate him.
Oh yeah, I wonder if I feel like it's not too late. Well, I guess it is too late, but
yeah. But yeah, that was great. You know, I think.
Were you with some people?
I was with my family.
Oh, good.
Which is, you know, I think
sometimes it's good, I guess.
I kind of wanted to watch the Back to the Future musical.
Oh, okay, because there were a couple different options for you, and then you might have to compromise.
We had some youngsters, and they were like, "We'll take the youngsters to Lion King," and it's like, well,
how young are they?
Like 8.
8.
They can go to Back to the Future. Well, I'm not taking them to see Chicago.
Yeah, but but it's also not a guaranteed musical success. Like, what songs do you think they'd sing in Back to the Future?
I'll bet the whole thing is just Huey Lewis in the News. It's like a jukebox sort of.
Well, yeah. Well, they got to be some songs from, before he goes back in the future, and then from the back, and then some from the future.
Johnny B. Good.
Yeah, Johnny. I mean, they got to play Johnny B. Good.
Absolutely, but I'll go back someday and I'll watch my Back to the Future.
To see Back into the Future.
Yeah, you're damn right I am. But yeah, that was cool. New York was great. Definitely want to go again.
How many days were you there?
5. 3 full days.
3 full days too. Kind of a little half travel, half city.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough to have quite a few good meals.
Yeah, that I don't know about you, and I'm sure people have made this observation before. When I travel, the whole travel is planned around meals.
Pre-planned meals? Or you mean like do you do it the day of or before you get there?
So when I travel, I don't really travel alone. That's the thing. But I've always really just traveled with my family, and my family plans the entire trip. At least my mom's side plans it all around meals.
Okay.
The reservations are already planned out at each location.
Nice.
and it's like
I feel like when I travel, that's one of my biggest oversights is that I don't do enough preparation on like what restaurants to go to,
right,
and then I'm eating up too much of the actual vacation time figuring it out.
yeah. But yeah.
So it was all well planned, and you didn't have to do any of the planning.
No, I didn't have to plan shit.
That's
it was
perfect.
great.
That's a great combination.
Yeah. No, that's one thing I like about traveling with especially my mom's side of the family. Everything's planned out. I don't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. But I'm back.
You don't need I mean, as a logistics specialist, you don't need a busman's holiday.
No, I don't.
You ever heard that term?
I actually don't think I have.
I think that's what it is. It's a busman's holiday, and it's like the guy, or no, a bus driver's holiday. Maybe is what it is. But it's the bus driver, when he's on holiday, he doesn't want to take the bus.
Ah, yeah. Exactly.
So whatever your profession is, when you're on vacation, you want to not do it at all.
Yeah. So planning.
Yeah, so logistics,
no
logistics for Warren.
Yeah.
We got his feet up.
Yeah. Actually, I don't mind helping people figure out which train they got to take to get where. I still like the trains. That's why I won't work for the railroad.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil it for yourself.
Yeah, you don't
like working at the ice cream factory.
Oh yeah, gosh, could you imagine? They're like, oh, we need people to take more ice cream home, and it's like I've already eaten 3 gallons
so
this
much.
month.
Yeah, I get my monthly distribution.
I'll never eat ice cream again. I swear. Yeah, New York was great. And then my dad came and visited me.
He came back with you.
Well, my dad didn't go to New York.
Oh, he didn't go to New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
My parents have some animals at home that need to be cared for, so it's
okay. So
they
split the duty.
Yeah,
your mom was in New York and your dad
came out here. Came out here.
I kind of like that.
He took the train.
He took the train
here? He took the train across the country.
How did that take? 3 days?
It did take 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did he take the train back?
Yup. I dropped him off at the train station before heading over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You dropped him off wow, that's cool. How long was he here for?
1
day?
No, he was here for 3 days.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
that's pretty is he afraid of planes, or does he just love the train?
He's just always wanted to sort of like see the country. So
it's something he'd never done before.
Yeah, exactly. And
is he taking the same route back?
Yeah, he kind of regrets, and so he took the northern route, the Empire Builder, and he's going to take the Empire Builder back. I think part of him wishes he went down the coast and then took either the Southwest Chief or the California Zephyr along the southern route. But honestly, I think he enjoyed the train, but it's like one of those things like you're glad you did it and you'll never do it again.
Yeah, like maybe one way would have been enough.
Yeah. I think there was a part of him that's like, maybe I should just fly back.
Save myself 2 days?
Yeah, but...
What did he do on the train? Did he have a book? Is your dad put in AirPods?
Crossword puzzles.
He's
a big crossword puzzle guy.
Yes.
Yeah, just watching the country go by.
Is he retired?
Yeah, he is. So that's another reason why he's like, yeah, I'll just travel 6 days by train.
Train. Yeah, I'll come see you.
Yep. But
so,
it was
wait,
cool.
So do you picture him not listening to music the whole time?
I did not see a pair of headphones or earbuds. So
do you think he watches videos or has a book?
I have no idea. I didn't.
3 days is a long
I didn't
time.
see a book either.
You didn't even have a book?
I don't. Well, the crossword puzzle book. He probably played on his phone too.
Does he play on his phone?
Wordle. You only get one Wordle a day, though. Hopefully it's he just spends 3 hours mapping out the possible Wordle guess before actually trying to guess it.
He's just on the train, just like Charlie and the chocolate factory eating one bite of chocolate bar every day.
Yeah,
savoring the word
savoring
all
the word.
Not before noon.
Yeah, it sounded like he talked to some of the other passengers.
Oh, okay, yeah, because who else is on this train other than people like him?
Retirees, yeah. It's people who don't really have anywhere to be quickly, at least, you know?
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's the cost difference between that and a plane, do you think?
Significantly more expensive. Almost stupidly more expensive. You could fly halfway across the world and back in business class and probably still save more money than going across.
Because it's like a sleeper cabin he's got to get, right?
Yeah, he got the roomette. There's people in coach. There's people that just have a seat for 3 days, James. 3 days of just sitting in a seat with like a tray table and a footrest. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, maybe you can bring a lot of suitcases.
You can bring 2.
2?
And two carry-ons and 2 personal items.
Okay.
I think there's a baggage car too. Maybe you can bring a big stuff like.
And then all your meals you got to get from the train.
Yeah. They make a couple of stops to like refuel, but I think like the refueling stop is like Minot, North Dakota. It's probably just a it's not even a train station. I think Amtrak describes it as a platform with shelter.
Oh no! At least it's got that shelter.
There's probably like one little
cafe.
Get windy. Yeah. But yeah, it's just fascinating to me.
There's got to be like a food and beverage car.
There is. There's a cafe car, and
then
5
times a day.
Yeah, there's a cafe car and there's a dining car. But the thing is, like, everybody wants to eat, right? It's the one thing that you get to do except for stare out the window and play on your phone. So everybody wants to eat. And therefore, like, you got to make reservations for the dining car, and they're kind of in a hurry to get you to eat your food and get the hell out of there.
Flip your table.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's trying to be extra slow too.
And he said the food was meh. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah. And by the time you're going back, you've already tried all the things that it could be any good.
Yeah. They ran out of wine.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ran out of wine.
That's an oversight.
Yeah, but you made it on time, thankfully. I mean, I've heard of stories of like trains breaking down in the Rockies, and then they just get stuck in the snow for like 8 hours. Or one time, somebody told me the crew ran out of hours, so they just stopped the train and hopped off and left all the passengers there.
Well, that's our time to clock out.
They were like, it's my union break. I'm fucking done. See you guys later.
Just sit on the ground right outside the train.
But no, he made it on time and safely, which is important.
Oh, good. Well, luckily on his way back, he can probably take as much time as he needs.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. He's got to. So the Empire
Builder.
Big hurry
right when he gets back.
The Empire Builder stops in Chicago. So if it doesn't make it in time, he'll miss his Capital Corridor train from Chicago to D.C.
Oh, okay.
It's a crucial part of the of the trip, because I think there's only like 1 or 2 Capital Corridor trains that leave Chicago per day. So if you miss one,
you gotta wait another.
If it's the last one, you're spending the night in Chicago
instead of on your
Which
train.
Chicago, not a cheap city to spend the night in.
An easy place to find right outside of Union Station there.
Yeah.
I remember taking the train to Union Station.
Mm-hmm.
Took it from Milwaukee.
Ooh. Yeah. How'd you like it?
That actually was great. I remember it being really easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember the stops being along the way. I'd get out each one, and it'd be really cold, and then I'd get back in.
Yeah. The stretch breaks.
Yeah. But that's I'm glad. What did your dad think of your new house?
Oh, he loved it.
Did he help you? Did he help you out with any projects?
Not really, but didn't want to like work on any, just fun, leisure. So we.
Did you have a bed for him, an extra bed?
Yeah, so I have a sectional couch that pulls out into a bed.
Perfect for dad.
Oh yeah, no, I think he loved it. It seems like.
You think he'll come back?
Absolutely. Yeah. So this was his first time visiting me in Washington ever, and I've been here for 5 years, so he hasn't visited in 5 years.
So he got to see what Washington was, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he probably liked it.
Oh, he liked it a lot. He, we drove past Mount Rainier and very impressed with Mount Rainier. He went to take a picture of it with his phone, and I was like, don't even bother. It's going to be so underwhelming. It's very disappointing, but yeah, he loved the Narrows and just Tacoma in general. He thought was cool, and he loves trees, and this is a great spot for trees.
Oh yeah.
Took him to Wright Park. He really enjoyed that. Just showed him a couple local spots.
Even just all the trees that are around, and you realize you're in the forest out here.
Mm-hmm. And
all the views of the water.
Yep. Yeah, but no, he really liked the place. Big hit with him, so that's good. It's good.
Now he has a picture of where you're at when he calls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he really had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he likes it a lot, and I think it's good because it might mean he's coming to visit me more, which
means you have to go over less of a burden on you.
Yeah, for sure. So I like that.
You think he'd come back? You think your mom would come over now?
Oh, absolutely. She's probably jealous that my dad got to see the new house before she did. Yeah. So she's probably going to come out here soon.
Shortly enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good time.
Absolutely.
Think before Christmas?
No, not before Christmas, but after Christmas for sure. Summer.
Yeah. Are
Next
you
summer.
going to go over there for Christmas?
I think I will.
Yeah, so you'll see them before they see you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you'll have to host Christmas one year.
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
How many people do your parents have, or when you go for Christmas? Is it?
It's just our family of 4.
Just the 4 of you?
Yeah.
I feel like you could host 4.
Maybe. I probably could, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's
the whole Christmas.
I feel like my brother, my mother, and my father all have very different interests, and it's very difficult to balance those interests. I feel like when I spend time one-on-one is when I have the most fun with them. It seems like sometimes when we're together, we do nothing because we can't agree on what would be fun or cool.
That's funny.
So
what was your dad's favorite part of Grit City?
I mean, aside from my house.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
I think he liked my house the most.
What was his favorite part of your house?
The yard.
The yard.
I think he liked the yard a lot.
He liked the size of the yard or the potential behind it.
Oh, there's some big rhododendrons back there,
and
you get some nice.
You never even see rhododendrons this big, eh, Pops?
Yeah, and you get some good shade in the afternoons.
That's the state flower, out here. We got these all over the place.
He's from New Jersey.
Okay.
Which the state bird.
That's the Garden State.
The state bird is the goldfinch, and whenever I tell him that Washington is also the goldfinch, he's like, no.
That doesn't count.
No, it's not.
We got it first.
Yep, it's New Jersey.
Yeah, what are you copying us?
Yeah, exactly. He won't have it. He will not have it. I'm like, but there's like 5 other states that use the goldfinch.
Everyone has it with all the golden retriever too.
Yeah. He was asking about pickleball a lot because
the state sport.
Yeah, he was like
big in his age bracket.
He was like, where is the pickleball? And I was actually kind of disappointed. Every tennis facility we happen to be near, no pickleball.
Interesting. They're usually pretty common.
Yeah, especially in this state.
Yeah.
Oh, we went plane spotting by SeaTac. We were just watching them come in for landing.
Dude, you should have taken him to the Boeing factory.
I did.
You did? You took him to the Boeing factory?
I drove him past it, and I was like, it's
No, but to go in the biggest building in the world.
You can go. Well, I didn't want.
They do tours.
I didn't want to go all the way up to Everett.
Yeah, but I mean, if your dad's in town, and
Man,
I think for maybe the second trip,
Yeah, man sat on a train for 3 days. I'm not taking him on a car ride up to Everett.
That's a good point. That's a fair point.
Next time I will. No, I drove him by Boeing Field and I was like, look at this. This is pretty cool. Yep. I think they just service them at Boeing Field. Get them ready for final. Oh yeah. Damn. But we were plane spotting, and there's a BMX park in SeaTac, and it's like really nice.
In SeaTac?
Like the city of SeaTac, not the airport.
I can believe that. Oh, actually, I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah. It's
I had to pull
incredible.
over there one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the reason, but I remember having to wait in that parking lot for a long time.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we went plane spotting. Plane spotting's incredible. That's so much fun outside of SeaTac.
Did you see any float planes?
Yeah. Oh, we saw a ton of float planes.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
When I was on Lake Union this last weekend, we saw quite a few float planes coming and going. They really need a very narrow band to land safely on.
There's a float plane service that leaves Old Town Tacoma, and I don't know where it goes, but it flies quite regularly.
Yeah, well, I think we were talking about it on I think our last episode that they just opened Kenmore Airport location out of Ruston.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps.
I haven't heard very much other than that one article I saw.
Yeah. But no, I think the trip was a success, and he's on his way home.
Well, it's always good to get one more fan of the Grit City.
Yes, of course. Our brand is growing.
Exactly. You might have to send him a Tacoma hat.
Yeah.
He'd probably like something like that.
Maybe I will.
That's the kind of thing dads wear. Is they'll wear, like the college you went to.
Mm-hmm.
And you get them a shirt and they wear it for 20 years.
Yep.
Exactly.
How about you? What have you been up to?
Well, so I had my family council meeting this last weekend, and definitely the highlight was that electric boat I was talking about, going on Lake Union and doing a little meeting up there. And even it is just cool to I've been to Ivers a bunch, but to go to Ivers on the dock side, park the boat.
Yeah.
My cousin James is quite the boat. I mean, we weren't going that fast, but to just get it right into the spot in between two other boats, and you only got a foot on either side was pretty impressive.
Just as Ivar intended.
Yeah, exactly. And I got the the bread bowl and the clam chowder and whatnot. But what did I do before that? I feel like I haven't been doing as much about out and about around the city so much.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do feel like there's been some strange news articles. Just maybe I'm subscribing to more local Instagrams.
Yeah.
I'm seeing just more those Instagram pages where it's check out this criminal doing a crime.
Yeah.
Let's catch him. And people being upset or whatnot. But what else did yeah, the Narrows thing I talked about. I don't know. I think that might have been. I feel like we haven't seen each other that much, but my list of things I've done is very. I broke my phone, so I was out of contact with my phone for a week.
Ouch.
Because they had to send me a new SIM card because my old SIM card was a eSIM card, but my new phone didn't take an eSIM card. It needed a real SIM card.
A pain in the ass.
Yeah, so it was a little annoying for a while. So maybe I just was a lot less active during that time.
Yeah.
as it happens to go sometimes. But yeah, prep. I mean, I had to do a lot of prep for this family council meeting thing. It's stupid because here's a funny one. So I went on Friday to the Seattle Business Convention. It's something Seattle Business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so Port Blakely had the family company had a table at the lunch, It was like a lunch that was the 141st anniversary of the Seattle business, whatever.
Okay.
Right? And then it was like, and I was looking online. I'm like, what is this? Because they just said we had a couple extra seats, and if any family members wanted to go to it, they could.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sure, I'll be right up there for my meeting right after. It'll go perfect. I'll be there with my Uncle Tom. And and it was like, oh, the speakers, it's going to be the new CEO of Starbucks and, one of the board of directors of Vulcan and, some like substantial business people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the whatever, the fancy hotel downtown Seattle. I can't remember the name. And, like 1,000 people were there, and, you're having the salmon and the whatever. And the speeches they gave were so generic.
Oh,
that
no.
They just, like, didn't have, they had so little substance. I'm like, it felt like I was in, like a crazy dream. And, like, all the people are kind of, like, quiet. Nobody's talking, but it's like there's no thing to listen to because they're just like, and then we all know that organization is important for connective communication.
Right.
Things like
that.
Yeah,
it's just
like but there's no thing that it's being applied. Seattle, we're thriving. The first guy, he was the local news guy from like I think like King 5 or whatever, and he just gave like a 10-minute speech that was just like a list of things that have happened in Seattle in the last 2 years that like I could have written.
Yeah.
Easily, or like and like the speeches were like if you gave AI like write a speech about how Seattle business is good.
Yeah, but like the AI was only allowed to pull information from LinkedIn profiles.
Yeah, exactly. Or like it could only pull it from headlines and not from actual articles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a really interesting like experience just because it was so weird and surreal. But
I don't think I would have liked that one bit.
What was nice was that our table had a couple empty seats, so I was able to have multiple desserts.
Ooh,
which was nice.
What'd they have for dessert?
It was kind of like a strange like a cookie crust key lime pie.
Oh,
but in like a rectangle.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then like a chocolate mousse one as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so you gotta have one of each.
How many? You had one of each?
Yeah, one of each.
Which one did you like better?
I actually like the key lime pie one better, even though I'm not really a big lime one. Just because the mousse one wasn't as full. Like, I needed more to balance the cookie crust.
It was too light.
Yeah, exactly. A little too light.
You like tart?
I like tart.
I like tart.
I'm more of a lemon guy than a lime guy, but I like fruit and citrus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the listeners go to the business convention, Seattle Business
they'll
Convention,
have to check it out. Well, I want to say it was like the it wasn't the Hyatt and it wasn't the Wynn.
The Westin.
The Westin. Maybe.
The
That
Charter
sounds
House.
familiar. Yeah, it might have been the Westin.
Okay. The Westin's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's big too.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I've definitely been to like speeches where you just kind of roll your eyes because it's like I've heard this 100 times.
Yeah, or like what is it even for?
Yeah. Go to any leadership seminar.
Exactly.
They're all the same.
Exactly. To be one of those speakers, I can't imagine, but I do think it'd be very easy.
I feel like you gotta just lose your sense of shame. You know?
Let's just put on a big fake smile and smile your way through it.
Yep. Oh. One thing my dad and I did do, which was really fun. So we were I was telling him about New York because he grew up in Jersey, so he was always like, yeah, you got to check out New York. And I told him about the Broadway play, and I liked it. And we were both like, it was a good movie, and I'll bet it's a good show. Cabaret.
Oh.
The Tacoma Musical Playhouse
was
doing cabaret. We bought tickets.
Whoa.
We watched it. It was incredible.
As good as Broadway.
Honestly, could have fooled me.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was crazy.
That's fun. That's such a perfect thing to do with your dad afterward. Like, I love that story.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, I mean, it's happened to me a few times in my life where it's like, wouldn't it be great if we could do this, and it just falls into your lap.
Yeah, what a happy coincidence.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think that might have been the highlight of the whole trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Tacoma Musical Playhouse Cabaret until October 8th.
Oh.
And then next they're doing Cats by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Now and forever.
Memory.
I was singing it earlier today.
Beautiful song.
I got one last piece of news before to maybe wrap us up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else?
No, we're also getting pretty
close to our hour cap. But they put out the list of movies selected for the Tacoma Film Festival.
Uh-huh.
We were not selected as one of the films. So we're boycotting, and we're probably going to be putting on our own showing of the film.
Ooh.
We're going to figure out the logistics, but stay tuned. Beans will be seen by the people. So anyway, that's my last message, and I'll leave the Grittisons with that. So
all right, a call to arms for the Grittisons.
Exactly.
We're boycotting the Tacoma Film Festival.
Yeah, I mean, maybe still go if you want, but then also you got to keep your ear to the street for the real films made in Tacoma.
Mm-hmm. By Tacomans.
Exactly. So until then, I guess have a good rest of your week and live life like the mountains have.
Thank you.